Richard Anyagba Ndi Nkomo on the party no one more customer for na engine and the same kakra. Mr. Anyagba anopa ye makwa.
Tanya.
Ne bom to say.
Boko order.
Yo, modi petition akoma the IGP say comments of the former president, one invite na one pensem and some no emo. My first question is the IGP that we know, when he finds a comment on Towarda, he is quick to invite or to call the individual. And if over the period of former president or making that comment way, the Ghana police had seen the need to invite him, some come inviting that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Minima on my one chain was studio. But Mitchell Munina and the Ashafo native Munina. As a petition, I'm say a NDC for a Malaban a day petition a boy, a day kind, a boy, a bar.
Yeah.
And or the petition a boy say honorable Bright Champon, a pocket baby. In response to the NDC in Como and Woody in Ghana. The engineer the petition require now no yes IGP from one and Oklahoma. How be to me a friend Brian and on the petition coy. And some of the petition acquire that's here and as a petition or who here our citizens for you know said yes, oh yeah, Debina and Quia. You can petition. That right is democratic. You can do so. It's no the say it dwelly also. But there is substantial, I say, focus. I response. I call and it's say. Come on, honorable Brad Champon, Eddie.
Okay.
It was in response to Assembia, Eddie Kain Abba.
Okay.
I NDC for na kofa bai. Esha si fi omo chairman ya papa Asiedu Nketia Johnson. And His Excellency the former President John Mahama, the former president. Mumon komo bia no mudi na yese komono enye nyai. Na so ba kaya minchu adwen kwechire kakra. Da NDC for elected ya papa Asiedu Nketia me bra fifi fiabekwete as general secretary no. And kasa na shase say NDC for akofa hardcore for aba. Because Ebra Fifi Quitino, now or your propaganda secretary, or can some Kasia or Ghana. I will be enemy say, or more disposition, or outlook, are rough and tough. And you know, this day I electing Crawford, we are perception, yes, say, or more tough guys, or more bar, and this was say, or more day or corn and eba. A ho and a general secretary at the time, and as a chairman say, can't say. Omono, they are engaged in a fight for second independence. Now, independence struggle now independence. Now, omo a teen omonomoji independence. And yeah, and tokwa nya honde so no mokoji is independence in the better. Now, and Ghana, you were Kwasumu and answer independent country. Now, Obi, I say he is engaged in a fight for second independence of this country. We are an independent country. That statement, one, is offensive, but the message of person communicating by every means possible, by every means necessary, by hook or crook. That is the underlying message.
And your interpretation, and I'll put it to only part in the comment I'll make here. Because you agree with me, say more time you make the point about Ghana having a political independence, but about economic independence. You say we don't have the economic independence. Don't you say that?
No, we have both political and economic independence. Now, the engagement with the world, the constraints and all of that, and it doesn't mean you're not independent. You're on a budget. And I'm a
Indeed.
We determine what we want to spend and what we don't want to spend. We are on our own.
Most of your exports, the determination of the prices of most of your exports, it's not by you.
So we are not talking about those issues.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put the point on record, sir.
Please.
Richard,
the point.
Richard,
hold on, please.
I was talking about your interpretation. You are putting to the comments.
just allow me to have a conversation with you, please.
Let's go.
Okay? What I'm telling you is that when somebody says they are engaged in a fight for second independence for this country, you know, not my interpretation, but history tells you that that fight for independence for this country was not a tea party. It was a struggle.
Okay.
So if he is putting side by side that struggle with what he is going to do to win election in 2024, it tells you that the man wants to struggle. The man wants violence to be able to get there.
Richard, there's a very important question I need to ask you.
But I have not made my point. So if you keep asking me a question, you won't get me. You won't allow me to make the point. You ask me a specific question. Okay, so then just let me make my point, because my question at the end of frame and to me.
Okay, Yanko.
Okay. The issue about the petition coin, we have sent our petition generally to create or to complete the circle. Yamfire petition and what the CID will be investigating will be the effect of what the effect of the situation that we are talking about, which is one, that the NDC said something, and in response of that, somebody has gone to respond or reply to what they have said. Say it will be do or die. They will sacrifice everything, including their lives. They are fighting to win the second independence of Ghana, which is a struggle, which is a fight. And we are telling them that, look, from the beginning of this Fourth Republic, in fact, you can go all the way, okay, from the formation of UGCC in 1947, where our root comes from. You can go and check all the way up till now. We have been believers in peace, in democracy, so that you've been talking about violence and violence and violence. This Fourth Republic, we've been cheated blatantly in 1992. We've been cheated, and you know was the reason we boycotted the 1992 parliamentary elections. At that time, they would do the presidential and then do the parliamentary later on. And then we say that you have to correct some of the obvious abuses of the process. Unless you do that, we are not going to participate. And truly, it was not done. It was up until 1993 when those reforms we proposed in the stolen verdict were implemented. Then you have Electoral Commission established by Act 451. We have the parliamentary presidential election held at once. The opaque ballot boxes were changed. So we believe in peace. We believe inherently in democracy. So we are not violent people.
All right,
but the NDC have been preaching violence all along. So what happened was that we told them that in 2020 is a critical election. All of us agree. But you see, they have been promising violence, and we just said to them quite simply that if violence is what you want to apply in 2024, we'll resist you. We'll show you that we have men not to allow you to violently want to possess power in Ghana. But if you want to, through democratic means, we are ready to engage you. Quite simply that. So we have sent our petition to give the police context for that investigation, so that they are not investigating effect. You treat cause, not effect. So they will see the cause of the response from Brian Achampong, and they can reconcile the two positions and come to a conclusion to see who merits any invitation at all.
So, Yenjina, a course, and so briefly, just shortly. So, if you find the comment of the General Secretary, the former president, unpalatable, and it threatens the security of our nation, the NPP would have filed this petition a long time ago, not today.
Well, you know, when former President Mahama said that they have revolutionary roots and that they can unleash violence better than anybody, yes, of course, you can arrest him. You can actually invite him. That is a threatening statement of the highest order. You could invite him. But you see, I'm talking to Sefa, is that correct?
My name is Sami.
Sami, okay.
Yeah.
So Sami, if you were sitting in your house and tomorrow the police invited President Mahama that, oh, he is going to say this, you know what will happen in this country? NPP is witch hunting, NPP is doing this, NPP is doing that. But the best way to deal is a political statement he's making. I don't think that the former president necessarily will occasion that, but if it became possible, some of this talk, it will incite the members of their party. And you saw this young man in Swami who was saying that they can win election only by beating and brutalizing people in Ashanti region.
So if you're concerned about...
the effect, hold on, the effect of what he's saying is what matters. I don't think that former president will do any such thing, he himself leading. But what message he's sending is critical. So if you are sitting in your studio and you hear that IGP has invited former president, the conversation in this country will be like, oh, NPP, the Omuyeni. But now there's a basis for us to petition because they themselves are looking for a political dividend out of the response that is given. But they forgot that they started it. So now that they have gone, it is incumbent on us to provide full context for the police. Now, even if we hadn't sent our petition, the police will trace the issue, but it is proper to be on record to have sent our petition to give police the context in which we're responding. And I think it's proper to do so.
Richard, thank you.
Thank you.
Richard,